For me, the scariest moments in gaming always come from non-horror games. It's when a usually bright, or at least not overly disturbing game suddenly turns into nightmare fuel. For me, one of the best examples of this comes from the fantasy adventure game Fable 2 by Lionhead Studios. For the most part, the game is a colorful adventure through a bright world with your loyal dog by your side. Though the hero starts from a dark place, having seen his or her sister killed in front of his or her eyes, but most fantasy heroes are usually motivated by some kind of personal tragedy. Near the end of the game, however, you find yourself in a strange dream sequence, taking you to an idealized version of your childhood on a peaceful farm. The illusion is broken, however, by the appearance of a central object in the game, one that beckons you to leave, despite your sister trying to make you stay. All of a sudden, the dirt road outside the farm slowly fades away, and you hear a deathly wail from your sister as you round the corner to the sight of burning, impaled corpses on the road. The sudden shock of this dark scene, in contrast to both the rest of the dream and the rest of the game, makes this moment truly terrifying.
My scariest moment involving video games was when I was playing League of Legends with a couple of high school friends over the summer. And as any LoL player, I was cursing on my mind. And it was then I suddenly heard these loud footsteps coming up the stairs. And there I saw it, a sight that no man should ever see again. An angry Asian mother standing in a doorway, yelling at me at the top of her lungs, producing sounds only a demon could make. This vision will never leave my mind, and still haunts me to this day.
Video games generally don't scare me. I've always been the kid who gets excited and smiles widely when everyone else is freaking out, and may or may not be a dangerous menace to society because of it. Even Silent Hill and PT don't have much of an effect on me. However, the digital wizards of Retro Studios managed to get me in high school with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes with this GF Trooper. Now I know what you're thinking. Really, JD? A GF Trooper? Yeah. I know, you're looking at it right now and you're not seeing why he's anything more than a little bit creepy with that off-putting sway from being possessed by the Phazon. And you're right, it isn't. But maybe my moment of fear will make a little bit of sense if you know the context of how I played the game. See, I didn't get the Metroid Prime games until late into the GameCube's lifespan. Got the first one for $5 and fell in love with the franchise because of it. But the ammo system in the second game made it a little bit of a drag, and didn't finish it until I'd already bought and started Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Wii. In that game, the GF Troopers are friendlies and will just stand there and go about their business. When I went back to Prime 2, I had totally forgotten these guys were in the game, as it had been months since I had to go back to where they were, closer to where Samus parked her ship. I should have been tipped off by the Phazon sway, but me being oblivious, I just stood there and cracked a joke about him not looking too good. And then he fired at me. I have never had my heart skip a beat from anything before. I was shaking for the rest of the day and couldn't stop talking about how creepy, awesome, and weird the whole experience was. All from playing the first level of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption before I finished Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. It was a unique experience, but then again, so is everything else in the Metroid Prime series. If you have a Wii or Wii U and haven't experienced these games yet, change that by getting the Metroid Prime trilogy, because any Nintendo gamer worth their salt needs it in their library.
SCP Containment Breach is the scariest game I have ever played. The random generation of the environment causes a unique experience every time, and the deep lore due to the creepypasta makes this game so much more immersive that you'll fear things you've never even seen. The expanding nature of the game is also terrifying to me. Every time you play, you'll come into a new build with more SCPs and more scares. Now, if you want to play this game, I highly recommend you spend a couple hours on the wiki before you do so. It will make the experience that much more enjoyable.
Good.
My scary moment has to be during Bioshock Infinite. Infinite is different in regards to other Bioshock games, as there's no real jump scares or overwhelmingly scary atmospheres. So when you open a security gate on the monitor to rescue Elizabeth, there's no way to expect a boy of silence standing right behind you. The game tricks you into thinking that your mission is accomplished and that there's no more obstacles. Instead, the boy of silence screeches a sound of alarm that leaves you with a horde of enemies. Comstock House is actually one of the creepiest maps in the game. Like, what is with the disembodied head of Franklin in the wheelchair moving slowly towards you? I thought that we left all the creepy moments in Rapture.
My scariest moment in gaming has probably been when I first discovered what a Deathclaw was. I was in Fallout 3, just wandering around the wasteland, trying to get some random location, when I heard a small scuffling behind my character through my surround sound headset. So I turned around and found a Deathclaw already halfway through his lunge at me, arms spread, jaw wide open and everything. I had never seen one before or even knew that they existed, so I did the natural thing and screamed through my controller while somehow still managing to pause the game. And I just sat there at 3 in the morning staring into what caused me to nearly wake up my house.